Hey guys, it's Dhruv. Today I'm going to show you how you can make components with arguments. This can really speed you up because once you make a component with an argument, you can reuse it with different data. That means your UI stays the same across different places on the page or even across your different pages. So the first time to notice that you might need a component with arguments is when you look at your page and you see a lot of repeated work. So in this client services landing page, I see a bunch of testimonials that look the exact same and look like tweets. I also see this Our Services card, which is multiple cards with a title and description. Now I might want to get these exactly right, and then once I get them right, I might want them to always be the same. If I go and update these cards here in line, I can do that, but then I've got to go sit and manually update every single thing, or add them all to the prompt, or get really specific about what I want these cards to look like. Instead, I could convert them to a component. Another telltale sign is when you have a component that you might want to use across different pages. So here's a header. The header looks this way right now, but I might want to use it on another page. Or here's a banner for the home page. But if I had another page that looked just like this, I might want to use this same banner multiple times. And when I do that, I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel of what the UI looks like every single time. I just want to change what the title looks like for the banner. So let's take those two cases as an example. In this first page, I'm going to go ahead and convert this to a component. When we convert things to components, you'll see that Create generates you a first version of the spec. You can keep that or you can get rid of it. And so I'm actually going to get rid of it and start to just describe this component. It's a banner component. And then I'm going to describe the arguments you can set for it. I want to be able to change the title, the subtitle, the CTA message, and the CTA link. CTA is a fancy term for call to action. And then I'm going to describe the UI. It's going to have title, subtitle, CTA button on the left, and an image on the right. I might also want to change the image as core arguments. So I'll say image source that I want to change. And now I'll regenerate this. Now what Create's going to do in making this component is it's going to turn from a single instance of this banner, which always has the exact same title, Transform Your Business, we provide innovative solutions to help your company grow, into a component with all of these arguments as variables. And so now if I look under what's happening under the hood and look at the code, you'll see that I have variables for the title, the subtitle, the CTA message, the CTA link, and the image source. And then I basically come up with the UI. Why that's powerful is I can actually go ahead and tell it to show me a few different versions of this component with different data for the variables. This is a quick hack you can do in your components to see different versions of them and how they actually work with different data before you actually go and integrate them into your pages. But you'll see here it's now going to come up with a few different versions of this with different images each time, different titles, different subtitles, and different CTA links and different CTA messages. So it really gives you a really quick sense of how these variables and varying them can allow you to use the same UI construct with different data anywhere in your project. If I look under the hood at what's actually happening, for those of you who are more technical, you'll see that I have a component. And then you'll also see that I'm going to show these the same component with different data for each of the variables. So now let's go back to our other page. On this first page, I might actually want to go ahead and update my landing page banner. And I'll update that. And I'll say this is going to be a banner with image using landing page banner. And I'm going to go ahead and say, now I can actually describe what I want to fill in the variables. And title, welcome to create.xyz, subtitle, we generate cool things, CTA, get started, CTA link, go to create. And as that's generating, I'm going to go to my second page and going to rename this page to about page and change this spec, but still have a banner. About the team page for create.xyz, sections. I'm going to go ahead and use my banner. I'm going to call it landing page banner. This time the title, get to know the team, and then maybe some team cards. You'll see that I can be very, very descriptive about what the actual values for the argument should be. Or I can, say some of the arguments, and Create will figure out what the rest of the argument should be. And that's it. That's how you make components with today I showed you a banner. You could do it with all these cards. You could do it with anything else you can think of. It's really a powerful way to make the same UI blocks that you can use again and again with different sources of data across your pages, within other components, or even on the same page. Thanks.